Mobix, Focal, like functional programming languages like Haskell, ReasonML, Elm. And I work in Grammarly, where we develop a great artificial intelligence tool which help million users all over the world to crack their mistaken browser and write awesome text. So I know that you are tight right now. It's 5 o'clock. And I will be pretty quick, like a flash. So my talk is React Native, a new age hack or Stone Age tool. Who is React Native in here? Can you just up your hand? Cool, nobody. OK, so right now it's 2018. And it's the age of mobile first. We start using mobile instead of desktop, develop our app for mobile more than for desktop. And 2 years ago, I dealt with the problem that I need to create mobile app. But I'm only a front-end engineer. I know how to deal with CSS and HTML, not how to create a mobile app. So I start researching and understand in the 1,000 times that JavaScript is everywhere. We can create our web app, mobile app using Cordova or Electron for native, and we can create a server app using Node.js. So we are JavaScript hipsters. And for us, mobile app is easy. So I think to start coding. And a few minutes later, at my first date with React Native, with mobile development, I met React Native. And think, I like React. Maybe it will be better to try React Native, because I can create a native apps using React. So it should be cool. So let's try. 15 minutes later, Mom, what, son? I'm a mobile developer, I said. Because I know React, and it's pretty simple to write React Native application, if you know that. So why React Native is cool? At first is JavaScript and React. Who uses React here? Can you just up your hand? Oh, cool. And everybody here knows JavaScript. A lot of guys know React, so it's pretty simple to write React Native application. Secondly, we can share our code between platforms. We can create app for iOS and Android and have the same code base. And that is why it's cool for business. We can have only one guy who creates our iOS and Android app. So what next? 6 months later, I want to create a game. And this game was like rocket science for me because it have a lot of animation, a lot of logic, and React Native make me a sad panda. Because React Native was too slowly. And I think to deal with Swift, automatically stop being a hipster, because I stopped using JavaScript. But think maybe it is better, because we had not very good performance in a big application with a lot of animation when we use React Native. Also, that is why we create our application for both Android and iOS. It's hard to support it on production, because iOS and Android have a different UX. So when our marketing guys came for us and give us changes, we have a lot of ifs. So the code not looks too cool. And finally, we can't use native API and tools in React Native. We need to learn native and share our code between native and React Native. So we finally learn native like Java or Kotlin or Swift. So maybe it will be better to give a native a chance and try to develop our application not on React Native, but on native, using native. So why it should be cool? We will use native API and tools. For example, in Swift, we can use a method to create our game. This game will have a good performance because method is for iOS, for example, or some tools in Kotlin. And also, it will have a good performance on production because, and it will have a good support as well. So finally, it's interesting. It's interesting to learn something new and become a better developer. So I fell in love in Swift, and let's sum up. So React Native is a cool thing because we can create our application using React Native and using JavaScript, create the native apps. But we should think about our product because our application will grow in the future. And we'll have a lot of animations, maybe. We sometimes need to think about the future, and let's give a chance to some new technologies like Swift or Kotlin. So think different. And finally, we'll have a challenge at Grammarly at our stand, and so it will be UI UX challenge, and the winner will win Apple Watch. If you want, go to our stand. So thank you, guys. Here's my Twitter account.